Alright, welcome back to yet another Star Roll video, and today, since Kafka will be having her rerun in legit a week, I want to go over some pros and cons if you're looking into pulling Kafka herself, along with a couple showcase examples for both my free-to-play / low spenders out there, just to give you a general idea of the dot archetype and how it goes about. First, let's see what Kafka has to offer though. Kafka's role within the meta is being the catalyst or the enabler of the damage over time, or dot playstyle for short. Kafka makes all of your unit dot stacks detonate so you can deal front-loaded damage when you're using her skill or her ultimate. Kafka's skill allows all the current applied dots to immediately detonate up to 75% of their original damage. Regarding her ultimate, it's pretty much the same as her skill, but it's an AoE, along with applying her own shock dot to all the enemies after use. So it's safe to do her ultimate first. If you don't have any dot on the enemies, then you do her skill to max out the amount of damage output while detonating all the applied shock DOTs. Her talent allows her to do a follow-up attack once an ally hits an enemy, inflicting her own shock as long as you have enough effect hit rate built in. Overall, she's a solid unit to start off with. Now let me show you some examples of front-loaded damage and back-loaded damage, because there's a difference. Now regarding front-loader damage, like I stated earlier before, Kafka allows you to detonate the current applied dots on the enemy without waiting for the enemy's turn to start. This is an example of front-loaded damage. With this allows you to end fights way quicker and efficiently, especially if you're doing timed content like MOC or the new mode Pure Fiction, since you want to clear the content within a certain number of cycles. Now this is an example of backloaded damage. These are dot teams without Kafka. Dot teams without Kafka will have a tough time ending fights because you will have to wait till the enemy takes their turn for the dot to proc and deal further damage, unless you have these characters with their good eidolons. Sampo in his E4 allows him to actually proc his own wind shear or any wind shear that's applied to the enemy from his skill. Lucas E6 allow him to proc his own bleed from his basic attack. And lastly, Gunaifin is the only one out of the bunch that don't need any eidolons because she procs her own Fire Kiss burn dot from just using her ultimate. This is where Kafka shines in because she alone can proc all the elements dots immediately on her turn. That means not just wind shear, bleed, or burn, she procs all of them together instead of individually. Now going on to the pros and cons of this playstyle, because there's mostly pros than cons actually. Now going over the pros, number one is all the dot units use only 2 relic sets. One, you're only farming the 4-piece Prisoner in the Deep, which gives you an attack percentage and up to 18% defense ignore. So you're actually doing 18% of actual true damage to your enemy, ignoring their resistance. And then for the planner sets, you're only going to grind up for the 2-piece Glamour. That gives you an additional attack percentage increase depending on your speed breakpoints. Number 2, you do not have to care about crit stats like crit rate or crit damage compared to all the other units in the game. And for all the other dot units, you only prioritize your speed substats and your attack percentage subsets. Number 3, the dot playstyle has way more team variety for them because of the different element units you can put in the team, and it will always be viable and optimal. Here's some examples with Asta, Tingyun, Serval, you have Topaz with the follow-up that triggers Numbi, you have Ron May with the break efficiency, Popo with the attack increase and the energy recharge, and then you have your usual dot units to definitely think about when playing Kafka, because the usual dot setup will always be Kafka plus any dot depending on the enemy weakness, so you can actually switch out. You could use a buffer like Asta, Tingyun, Ron May, or a debuffer like Silverwolf or even Pela. Or you could use Little Gwei. Just make sure you have the Light Cone Pearls of Sweat so you can get that a snare to lower the defense of the enemy. And then a sustain. Number 4, Kafka can't be power crept because she will always be viable with every new dot unit that comes out now and in the future. And then lastly, number 5, the light cone options in the Nihility Path are very valuable for every dot unit to use, like Fermata and some other gacha options to help every dot unit function well in different ways. Now on to the cons. Number 1, the playstyle is 100% free-to-play friendly, but it is expensive regarding resources, especially for units like Kafka, who you want to 10-10-10 her traces to get the max damage from your dot procs when it's her turn from her skill and her ultimate. Number 2, future dots you probably need to prioritize if you want to further improve the dot playstyle you're willing to build. So you need patience. So take Blackswan for example, being our first Nihility win 5-star unit, and then you have to take note that we're still missing our 5-star fire unit and our 5-star bleed dot unit. And lastly, number 3. Kafka is an extremely SP negative unit because you have to use her skill, which is a high priority, so you kinda want SP positive or SP efficient units. These examples could work, and then the current dot 4 stars we have also work as well. Now regarding the wrap up, regarding pros and cons, I really believe you really need to be dedicated to this playstyle because this playstyle gets better with every dot unit that comes out. The biggest win about having Kafka though, over any of her cons period, is that her dot trigger scales off the power of the character strength who applied the dot in the first place. So take blackswan for example. If blackswan is cracked with high damage multipliers, she will not be held back by Kafka's kit. On the contrary, blackswan will be even stronger with Kafka than without. Now onto my showcases. I'm going to show you showcases in current MOC 10 I did with this showcase. I'm not going to go too deep into the relic due to RNG, all of it at the end of the day.
Does that hurt? Everyone's a customer! May as well kill them all. Commencing research. Stand still. Good times never last. Time to say bye. Boom. Happy New Year!
We're just having fun.
Relax. Forget your wallet?
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
Good times. Time to say bye. Boom. To travel.
I owe you one.
Stand still. Turn out your pockets. Get rocked. Relax. Sagacious discernment. Remember this moment. Happy New Year!
We're just having fun.
Don't throw the game. Commencing research. Stand still.
We're just having fun.
Specimen sighted. Relax. Time to say bye. Boom. Passing the time.
And now on to the closing thoughts. Kafka is an excellent pickup for those who like waifu over meta because it just doesn't apply to Kafka since she gets better as the game progresses. So if you want to play the dot playstyle, pick her up, or if you already have her since the last time, especially if you're looking to get blackswan and or ruan, which I'll let you know that that team with these 3 is going to be insane. Straight mommy team, oh my goodness, that is like heaven. But I'll let your imagination go off there. But if you enjoy it, be sure to leave a like and tell me if you're pulling Kafka on her rerun or if you already had Kafka and you're saving for blackswan in the future. But it's been your boy N. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.